Across the African continent, tensions rise, alliances shift, and power struggles unfold in the shadows. The upcoming clash between Congo and Uganda is more than just a battle for territory. It's a struggle that could change the very fabric of the region. But before we get to the predictions, let's take a step back and understand why this clash is inevitable. The roots of the Congo-Uganda tension stretch far beyond recent history. This is a story shaped by geopolitics, natural resources, and strategic interests. With Congo's vast mineral wealth and Uganda's desire to expand its influence, the stage is set for a confrontation that could reshape Central Africa. Uganda, a rising power in East Africa, seeks to control more of the region's trade routes and resource access. Meanwhile, Congo, with its immense untapped natural resources, refuses to be intimidated. This geopolitical chess game isn't just about military might, it's about the future of Africa's global power balance. Let's talk numbers. Uganda's military strength has been growing, supported by international allies, while Congo, despite being home to vast natural resources, faces internal political instability. The strategic question is clear. Can Uganda capitalize on its growing military power, or will Congo's natural wealth tip the scales? As Uganda boosts its military capabilities, Congo's army, although larger in numbers, faces the challenge of disorganization and internal division. Can Uganda maintain momentum, or will Congo's resource wealth prove more valuable in the long run? But let's not forget the role of global players. From the United States to China, global powers have their eyes on this region. Congo's mineral wealth, particularly in cobalt and coltan, has made it a key player in the global market. Uganda, on the other hand, is looking to strengthen its regional influence, especially as the East African economy grows. International players may push both countries to negotiate or intervene. The question remains, will external powers act as peacekeepers, or will they further fuel the flames of this conflict for their own interests? If war does break out, what will it mean for the region's economy? A full-scale conflict between Congo and Uganda could devastate the already fragile economy of Central Africa, further hindering development and exacerbating poverty in both nations. The economic consequences will be far-reaching. Disruption of trade, loss of access to key resources, and a potential refugee crisis could cause ripple effects across the entire continent. The global economy will also feel the strain as supply chains are impacted. But the biggest cost of all will be human. Wars are fought by soldiers, but it's the civilians who bear the brunt. Families displaced, lives shattered, and communities left to rebuild. If we want to understand the true price of this conflict, we must look beyond the battlefield. Both nations have suffered enough. The question is, how much more will they endure before peace is possible? So, what will happen next? Will Uganda push forward with its military might, or will Congo's natural resources and international backing stand firm? The future remains uncertain, but one thing is clear, this is a conflict to watch closely. Ultimately, the world needs to come together to ensure that peace is the ultimate victor. And that peace, though hard to achieve, is the true path to prosperity for both nations.